Good morning, family. What a world that we live in right now. It's Easter Sunday. How powerful it is that everyone is telling us to stay home, and yet we have a God that says, nah, fam, I'm going to give you a platform and a way to meet together and to worship together and still hear my word. Easter isn't canceled. It's here, and we're doing this. I want to start with a video that spoke to me, and it's my greatest hope that it speaks to you too.
The word Easter literally refers to the time of year in the spring when the days become longer than the nights. But for the person who knows Jesus Christ, Easter means a lot more than that. It means that even though Jesus died, salvation didn't. Even though Jesus was buried, hope wasn't. Because Jesus is alive. Easter means there is forgiveness for my failures, grace for my guilt, and mercy for my misery. Easter means that the pain and the silence of living in a Saturday world isn't purposeless and it isn't permanent. Easter means that I can't out-sin the grace of God and I can't outrun the reach of God. It means that Jesus is King. Light overcomes darkness, and justice will win, and brokenness will be broken. Easter means that the scars on the hands of Jesus are telling a story of victory, not defeat. And the same is true for me. It means that I am not alone, not ashamed, not forgotten, and not forsaken. It means that the rain and the storms and the wind and the waves of this world will not have the last word, because my future is a resurrected body with a resurrected Jesus on a resurrected earth. Easter means that I can join with a choir of saints and angels singing, "Oh death, where is your victory? Oh grave, where is your sting? Oh hell, where is your song?" Easter means that as far as the east is from the west, so far has he removed my transgressions from me. And as high as the heavens are above the earth, so great is his love for me. Easter means that even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, because you are with me.
This morning, as we're hanging out with each other, possibly with a cup of coffee or tea, my hope is to bring you hope. Hope is such a powerful word. We use it a lot in our daily thoughts and conversations. I hope my day goes well. I hope I get that raise. I hope I can keep my job. I hope that the unemployment check comes quickly. And I hope I see my friends and my family soon. But if you think about those statements, they're all designed around the premise that something might or might not happen. I want you to hear this morning, church. I hope that you hear that hope is not built by an insecurity or something not happening. It's built on a promise of something that's already been done. I'm going to say that again. Hope is not built by the insecurity of something not happening. It's a promise from God that it's already done. In Mark 16, starting in verse 1, a lot of people have lost hope, and I want to dig into this so you see why. Saturday evening, when the Sabbath ended, Mary Magdalene, Mary the mother of James, and Salome went out and purchased burial spices so that they could anoint Jesus' body. Very early on Sunday morning, just at sunrise, they went to the tomb. On the way there, they were asking each other, who will roll the stone away from the entrance of the tomb? But as they arrived, they looked up and they saw that the stone, which was very large, had already been rolled aside. This scripture is exactly why we woke up early this morning, so that we could gather together and see God's plan working even when everyone else has given up hope. I read this week that right now during self-isolation, a lot of us feel that Good Friday, we feel like Good Friday Christians. We're stuck between Good Friday and the risen King, or at least Christians stuck in between. We're feeling the disparity of the crucifixion, but yet to see the risen King. Can you imagine how it felt even though Jesus told them about this resurrection in Mark 9:31? Said, the Son of Man is going to be betrayed into the hands of his enemies. He'll be killed, but 3 days later, he will rise from the dead. They had the promise straight from God that he would rise again, yet they doubted. I'm not trying to poke fun of anybody who gets discouraged. I'm just trying to point out that we can all feel that way sometimes. We all have the very same promise from God today, some 2,000 years later, but we have the benefit of Jesus already rising from the grave. In the middle of the unknown, we can have hope. Even though a lot of things don't make sense, we can have hope. Why was Mary going to anoint Jesus when Nicodemus already did? How were they going to anoint him with a stone and guards in the way? The scriptures say that they didn't even know as they realized it on the way there. You might not understand the plan God has for you, but it doesn't mean he doesn't have one or isn't working one. Because just as the sun rose on the third day, it's rising again over 2,000 years later. God had an appointment for those ladies. In Mark chapter 16, verses 4 through 6, it says, "But as they arrived, they looked up and saw that the stone, which was very large, had already been rolled aside. When they entered the tomb, they saw a young man clothed in white robes sitting on the right side. The women were shocked, but the angel said, 'Don't be alarmed. You're looking for Jesus of Nazareth, who was crucified. He isn't here. He is risen from the dead.'" How amazing is that, church? How amazing is it that Jesus is risen? That's what we're celebrating this morning with the promise of God. And we thank you so much for waking up early with us to know that we can have hope in this crazy time. That we can have hope that God is in control and that God has anointed just a time just like this. Maybe we're in the middle of it, but God is here. We thank you. We love you. Just check in with us later today for our family service. And just have a wonderful Easter. I love you. God bless.